I can see clearly now. The rain is gone. I can see all the obstacles in my way. Welcome back to another episode of Hero Talk, the mostly weekly podcast from Rooter Hero Plumbing and Air. I'm David, one of the hosts, and here in the hood is
Cat.
And together we're on the
attack.
attack. All right. It's been raining here pretty hard. It was an atmospheric river. I don't know what that means. Just by personal experience, what an atmospheric river is rain.
Rain. A lot of it. A lot of rain.
Yeah, stop now.
Okay.
So it was supposed to rain all day, but now I see some blue skies, some birds chirping, I haven't seen any worms on the ground.
Actually, I did.
That's awesome. Something for the birds that are chirping to eat.
And it blows my mind because I'm like, where do they come from? Because there's no dirt where I saw the worms.
Yeah, no, the rain grows them. The rain is really just worm seeds.
That makes sense.
Yep. I'm not a scientist. And I don't play one on the internet. So, we meant to deliver a really, really good episode last week. And then the recording got messed up. And so you didn't get that episode.
So sorry, guys.
And we're not going to re-record it. At least not now. Because you just had to be there.
Yeah. You really did.
I have the first 20 minutes recorded. I might release that as a special we didn't record this week kind of thing. So,
just to have it there.
That kind of thing. Although I'll have to edit it, and I think you know my stance about editing.
Doesn't happen.
No. I mean, why not just be perfect the first round?
I can edit it. You can send it to me. I'll edit it, so you don't have to.
That takes too much time. Too much effort. Too many files transferring here and fro. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah, that's true.
So, all right. So, Kat.
David.
Yes, that is my name. What have you been up to this last week? 2 weeks, really.
Oh. I don't remember what I said last week.
Me neither.
But this week, it's been raining. I've been staying home for the past couple days. It's been really cold too, but I love the cold. What have I been doing? I've been getting really into cooking.
Like what kind of cooking?
Last night I made tortas de asada, and they were really good.
Now for our more my complexion people, what is that? I know what it is, but for the people that don't.
So, it's called telera bread. I don't know if that's it's like bread. And then you warm it up on I did it inside because it was raining outside. But I grilled some carne asada. I don't know what kind of meat that is.
It's beef.
Beef, but it's flat.
Yeah.
It's good. It's delicious. Try some.
Carne asada just basically means cooked meat.
Okay.
Or cooked beef. For your torta.
Yeah.
Do you use refried beans or do you use mayo?
Both.
Both?
Yeah, so here guys, quick lesson. So you get the bread, you get the mayo, you put that on the grill. We call it a comal. I don't know what you guys call it. Grill. But indoor grill. Look at how pale my hands are.
No, it's the lighting. It's fine.
So you put that on the grill, and then you toast the bread a little bit with the mayo, and you take it off. And then what I do is I put the cheese and I close it so that the cheese can melt from the heat. And then give it a few seconds, open it back up. And then I use these beans called frijoles puercos, which are considered dirty beans because it's made with bacon and chorizo and beans.
Okay.
And so you spread that on your bread.
Mm-hmm.
And now you have the layer of cheese, beans. Then you put your pieces of carne asada.
Mm-hmm.
And then the rest is up to you. You can put onions, tomato, shredded lettuce.
Peanut butter.
Don't put peanut butter.
That was up to
Jalapenos.
me.
Jalapenos. And then some more crema mexicana. That's like sour cream, but with like salt, I think.
Yeah, it's like runny sour
Yeah,
cream.
runny sour cream. You know, David. That's good.
Yeah, no, it's not like I haven't lived in Southern California for the last 14 years.
Well, because you're like, share for people my complexion.
Yeah. Well, I
But
mean,
you know.
and when she said it was cold here, I apologize for the people in the
Oh.
Northeast and like the rest of the country where
It's actually cold.
where 54 degrees is not considered cold,
That's true.
where it's considered shorts weather. It's okay. It is cold here, for here. Maybe not in your neck of the woods.
True, true.
It's okay though. It's okay. So it is now 12:30. Why do I have an alarm for 12:30?
To keep him on track.
Yeah, it is what it is. So, all right. So
But yeah, I've just been cooking. What have you been up to?
I've been surviving and thriving.
That's good.
Yeah, yeah.
Surviving and thriving.
Shaking my head at grocery prices. So
I know. You mentioned to me earlier before we were recording, David and I were talking about groceries.
yeah.
And I literally made these tortas yesterday. And I'm like, I could have just bought this, not had to cook,
Mm-hmm.
not have to clean,
Mm-hmm.
not have to go to the grocery store.
Yep.
And it would have been cheaper to just buy it.
Most likely.
I was appalled.
Yes.
The prices.
When it
of
is cheaper
everything.
to eat at a restaurant. I'm not talking about DoorDash or anything.
No, just like eat at the restaurant, yeah.
When that is cheaper than cooking at home, there's an issue.
Crazy.
Like, let's take pasta, which is the cheapest of the cheap, right? The only cheaper you can get is rice, right? My entire life, and I'm old, my entire life, it has been $1 or less for a pound of pasta,
Yeah.
making it the most economical food there is. Again, other than rice. It is now a lot more expensive for pasta. And honestly, it's getting tough out there for people. So let's have some empathy for the people that can no longer afford pasta. So, because it is getting up there.
Yeah.
And don't get me started on the pasta sauce, because that used to be $1 as well.
Yeah.
So, how are people making it right now? Well, I don't know.
It's
So,
scary.
yeah.
Like,
So,
it's scary.
if you have the means, and if you have the will, and if you have the drive, donate to your local food pantries and soup kitchens, because it is getting rough out there for people.
Yeah.
Now, if you listen to the podcast and podcasts like this, chances are you're not in that boat, right? You strive for excellence, you strive for success, and if you take all the things that we say and other people say to heart and execute on them, chances are you're not eating pasta 4 nights a week unless you want to. But there are a lot of people out there on tough times. So do your part, if you would, and donate to your local food pantries and soup kitchens. So just to bring it down a little bit before we start the actual episode, because I think it needs to be said. And if you're already doing that, thank you. It is very, very appreciated by a lot of people. So, yeah.
Very true.
All right. So, let's get the episode started. Oh, it was itchy.
So what are we talking about today, David?
Just a question. Just a question we're going to pose. I don't know what that was that I flung over there, but that's fine. The question is, are you an oar, O-A-R, or are you an anchor? That is the question.
Dun dun dun.
Think about it for a moment. Think about it. You can answer.
Do people know what oars are?
I'm hoping so.
Okay.
If you don't know what an oar is, they're on boats. Before the invention of motors, it's what people used to make the boats go that way.
It's like a paddle, basically.
Yeah,
right?
basically.
Okay.
Yeah. So, what's your answer? Lock it in.
I have a lot of thoughts about this.
All right. So, what are your thoughts about this?
Or maybe not thoughts, but questions.
Yeah.
So the phrase, I have something written down here. So
Mm-hmm.
let's just read this really quick. The phrase "Are you an anchor or an oar?" is a metaphor, a metaphorical way of asking someone whether they tend to provide stability and support like an anchor, or if they are more active and forward moving, propelling themselves and others forward like an oar. Okay.
I was approaching it a little bit differently.
Oh, how are you approaching
The
it?
oar was the same. The anchor, what do anchors do? They slow down or they stop a boat.
Okay, see, that's why
Yeah.
I had so many
Yeah.
questions, because the way that this is written, I was like, you kind of need both. You kind of need that stability
Yeah.
that an anchor gives, but you also want to
Yeah.
push forward. But okay.
Yeah.
Then you want, in David's case, you want to be an oar.
Yes, you do. So, and you want to have as many oars as possible and as little anchors as possible
On your team.
On your team. Because otherwise, you're going to slow down or stop if the anchors outweigh the oars, or the anchors become stronger than the oars. So, you don't want anchors on your team. You want people that are going full bore, doing all they can do to move the team, the business, and themselves forward. Right?
Very true.
So, these people have a very strong sense of urgency. They have a ambitious streak, which is great, as long as it doesn't become ridiculous. Right? And a lot of these people are either entrepreneurs or they are just very results oriented. Right? They're results driven. They want to see what's best for the team, for the company, for themselves. And they're awesome. Anchors, on the other hand, you can pretty easily identify an anchor in an office setting or even out in the field for those people that are out in the field, right? For your field teams. And there are a few things that all anchors, without any variation, say. These things can be like, but we've always done it this way. Or, I don't get paid enough for that. Or, that's above my pay grade. Or, they're the ones that are always coming in late, cutting out early. Those people that don't really want to be on a team. They're there for a paycheck and I know nobody here works for free, right? But what I mean by that is the only reason they have a job is to get that paycheck at the end of the week, or if you're like most companies, at the end of those 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Right? So, and they don't do anything to disrupt that even when given the choice of making more money with performance pay, they're like, oh no, I'm cool.
I'm good.
I'm good. I don't need more. If it means me being a little bit uncomfortable, then I'll stay where I'm at. I'll stay where I'm at, and just get everything that I'm used to getting, and nothing more, but also nothing less.
Yeah.
So the thing is, with the way things are going right now, and just standard throughout the years, because a healthy economy has like 2% inflation per year, right? So every year that you're doing the same, you're not. Let that sink in. So every year that you're doing the same, that you're doing the same thing, that you're making the same wage, you're making the same salary, the same money, whatever. Because of that automatic 2 to 3% inflation, your buying power is decreasing, right? So, yeah, and it is what it is. That's why when you have the option to try to move up or try to get on to performance pay, oars will jump at that.
Mm-hmm.
They get to write their own destiny. They get to write their own, let's face it, their own paychecks just with the performance that they can do. And oars will do that without question.
Yeah.
So, because they're always striving, they're always trying to move forward. It goes with the name. Anchors don't. They want that stability, like you said. Right?
But not a good kind. The kind that just keeps you there.
Yeah. So no forward motion. We're here. We know where we are. It's safe. So, which... And I can almost see the appeal of that. Right? You know what to expect. You know what's going to happen. You know what your base is, right?
Yeah.
The thing is, you don't. So, nobody could have predicted prices shooting up like they have, right? Other than gas, if you live in California.
And gas is coming down right now.
Gas is coming down.
Surprisingly.
So, yeah. The thing is, food prices probably won't. Other than things that are based on like market demand, like meat and lobster. Right? Because when prices start to go down, that's a thing called deflation, which isn't very good for an economy. And could we stand to use it? Yeah. But too much deflation, and then all of a sudden you have like, yeah, it's not good. Like, that's when it comes into like Soviet Union style stuff. So, where you can have a wheelbarrow full of cash to buy bread. Yeah, you're making a lot of money, but it is what it is. So, but yeah. So, what are your thoughts on that, Kat?
That makes sense. Now that you explained it in that way, you definitely want to be the oar. You want to keep moving forward. And that goes with like all the previous episodes we've talked about too. Like, in order to be an oar, you have to have those goals. You have to write them down. I posted a video of our CEO yesterday. He said a statistic that only 2% of people actually actively write down their goals. And he's like, you got to be in that 2%. And it's true. And it comes, I feel like a lot of people, not with social media, like they have vision boards and they have vision board days where all the girls get together, or guys too, whoever. And I've seen mostly like the girls get together and like do their vision board days. But do whatever it takes to put those goals out in front of you and
Yeah.
Get them done. I mean,
Yeah.
you, yeah.
Execute, execute, execute. Here's the thing about vision boards, okay? So, and I'm glad to talk about this because, wow, it's not enough to make a vision board. You can't just make a vision board, be like, oh, that's a pretty collage,
Yeah.
and then put it away, right? This is why putting it up somewhere where you can see it daily is important. And another thing that is important is actually working towards those goals.
Yeah.
So, a vision board won't get you anything unless you put in the work. So, because if you don't put in the work, it's just a piece of paper. It's just like company values, right? If you don't live, breathe, and like make all your decisions based on the company values, it's literally just a piece of paper
Yeah.
with some corporate speak on them. So, and let's face it, most company values are the same. So, there's no real like difference from company to company that have values. They all espouse the same things. It's when you start looking into their culture that you can see if the values are real or not. So, and I love our values. Our values actually do have a couple unique things in them, but a lot of other companies have pretty very similar values, but the proof is in the pudding,
Yeah.
right? So, but just like that, vision boards, unless you put in the work, unless you actively execute on what's on there, it ain't never gonna happen.
Yeah.
The universe isn't gonna be like, oh, well, you put it on a piece of paper. Here's $1,000,000.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't work that way. Everybody for a while there, and I don't know still because my algorithms changed a lot, but that book, The Secret,
Oh, I remember that book.
yeah, that's when all this vision, like visualization and vision boards and stuff like that, really became popular. The little known secret about The Secret is you have to put in the work. So
Definitely.
it's not just putting it out into the universe, because the universe doesn't care. So, as sad as that is.
Oh yeah.
So,
If you can see it, you have to make the steps to achieve it.
yeah.
It's as simple as that. Like
Yeah.
just be the oar, move forward, strive for greatness.
Yep. Strive for excellence, not perfection. So, perfection is an unobtainable goal that just breeds procrastination because it'll never be the perfect anything
true.
at all. So, you'll never have the perfect schedule. You'll never have the perfect day. You'll never have the perfect. Well, the stars are not going to align just for you. Okay. So, to put it bluntly, you have to go out and make your own.
Okay.
So, yeah. It's,
Because you can have a perfect day, but it's perfect to you, not
Right.
perfect to someone else, right?
Right. But, like, if you're waiting for something to get started or something, no.
No, yeah, you have to do it yourself.
If you want to, like, let's say, make a podcast, instead of waiting until you have the perfect equipment or the perfect
Background,
background or anything like that,
perfect lighting.
yeah, it ain't gonna happen, right? You'll never get started because you'll always find something to nitpick and then you'll never go. What you should do is just hit record, and then when it's done, you hit post. And then keep doing that until you get good. And then maybe you can get a nice microphone or a nice camera or some nice lighting. Or maybe you never do because you like the way it is and it works.
It gets the job done.
Maybe someday we will. I don't know.
Stay tuned.
I mean, all in all, there's a light there, but
It would just make the background even more
yes, that's fine.
gone.
That's fine. Like for my other podcast, like the first, I know on LinkedIn I said 70, but it was like 120 episodes were just recorded using the voice recorder app on my smartphone. Right?
It works?
Yep, it works and gained a lot of traction that way. So, and gained a lot of followers and a lot of listeners just through that. The thing is, you can't wait for perfect, right? That's another thing that anchors will do. Is they will wait until the seas are perfect. It's a perfect calm and they can start rowing again. But never going to happen because perfect doesn't exist in this reality. If you want to get spiritual about it, you can, but that's not the purpose of this. So, perfection breeds procrastination. Procrastination breeds nothingness. You're not going to get anything done if you're waiting for perfect. So, go out and execute. Go out and get stuff done because momentum builds motivation. And the more you're motivated, the more you'll get done. But to become motivated, you have to move. So, which is something that anchors usually last. They lack. They always wait to be motivated, right? They're always waiting for someone else to inspire them to move.
And that's what anchors do, anyways. You have to
Yep.
put them
Yep.
in their place.
Yeah. Which is sad because not a lot of people will just keep motivating.
Yeah.
You have to find motivation from within, and usually that comes from yawning like Kat just did.
Sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. Motivation comes from within, and it comes from doing things. The more you do things, the better you will do at them, which will create its own, like, kind of a loop of motivation. I don't know. So, where oars, or the people that are rowing the boat, right? They don't really need as much of that, right?
No.
Yeah, you want to give your attaboys and your little kudos and everything to them because appreciation is always appreciated, but they don't need the constant.
Yeah, they want to drive for themselves more than anything. Like, more than for others.
Mm-hmm. And you can look out on the sea of successful people, right? And no matter what that success is, right? Whether it's success in business, a successful streamer, a successful YouTuber, or anything else that gets a big following and usually because of that makes a lot of money or other things. They're oars. They're always moving forward. They don't stop.
Yeah.
And they don't have that anchor in them. If they do put down the anchor, it's to pivot. So, which is a momentary stop, and then you pivot and you keep going in the other direction. It's fine. So, which...
They just don't give up, though.
Yeah, that's the thing. You can't give up. If you give up, you failed. And failure, where in one aspect it's a great teacher, and it teaches you what not to do. It sucks to fail. And giving up and stopping is the ultimate failure. So, I don't know. So the question is, are you an oar or are you an anchor? And only you can decide that. So, and sometimes you can be an oar in one aspect of your life and an anchor in another. So it is what it is. If you're going full bore, full rowing at top speed in one area of your life, but you're neglecting and you've anchored this section, you're kind of just rowing in circles. So,
True.
yeah. So
you have to find that balance.
Yeah. If you're neglecting your family to focus on business, or if you're neglecting business to focus on family, well, one of them's going to fall. One of them's going to go away.
No.
And I would not wish that on anybody. So there is nothing worse than losing a business, and there's nothing worse than losing a family. So you have to make the tough call to focus on both. And not a lot of people think they have that kind of bandwidth when they do.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. You have to. There is enough hours in the day to do both. So
Plan in 15-minute increments
yeah,
if you need to.
schedule everything out. And I know that sounds like acoustic, but it's not. And those who are chronically online will know what I meant by that. Like me. If you have trouble balancing things out, put them on your calendar. And then stick to that calendar as much as you can. There's always times when fires will come up and you'll have to put them out. But work that into your schedule too.
Yeah.
Give yourself some leeway. So you don't have to be incredibly rigid on it. Just know when you're going to be doing things. So it's called time blocking. And it's something that you should do. And something that I should do more. And something that everybody should at least impart in some way into their daily habits.
Yeah.
Weekends too. So
Or off days, because not everybody's off weekends.
weekends are off days to me. Like your weekend could be Wednesday and Thursday.
Oh, okay.
So like in whatever day that you don't have to go to your jobby to. Yeah. So I don't know. Do you have anything else to add to this?
Just be an oar, don't be an anchor.
Yeah. Yeah. Why are you stopping things?
Move forward.
Yeah, why are you saying, oh, we've always done it this way? It's fine.
It's okay to switch things up. It's okay to try something new.
Yep, always go forward. And that direction might look different than anybody else's. Just do it.
And that's okay.
It is. You want to tell them about the fee?
Yeah, guys, if you got anything out of this video or podcast, go ahead and like, comment, share. Let us know which one to talk about next time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bye, guys.
Bye.